Here's something interesting about the middle of the year. Most people don't make big decisions here. January is full of motivation, December is full of reflection, but July is where reality lives. The excitement of the New Year goals you may have had have faded away. Life has settled back into its routine. The calendar doesn't lie anymore. You're simply living the life you have. And that's why I think this is one of the best times to ask yourself a question that most people avoid. Not, am I happy at work? Not, should I find another job? But something much deeper. How much control do I actually have over my future? Because those aren't the same question. You can enjoy your work, love your team, feel even successful, and still realize that your future depends on decisions you don't get to make. That realization isn't negative, it's clarity. It's just where we are. And clarity changes what you do next. A few years ago, having a good job felt like enough. If something happened, you polish your resume, you will reach out to your network, and eventually land somewhere else. That wasn't an unreasonable way to think. It reflected the reality of the job market at that time. But here's what concerns me. Many people are still making career decisions based on a version of the workforce that no longer exists. Because if you're still telling yourself, I'll just get another job if I need to, I think it's worth asking, would you? Let's look at what has changed. Companies aren't just hiring differently, they're operating differently. AI is eliminating certain tasks. Automation is reshaping entire departments. Organizations have become leaner. Budgets are tighter. Layoffs aren't shocking anymore. It's expected. It's just a common thing that happens. And if you've spent 20 years, maybe 30 years, or even 40 years building your career, there's another reality. Experience is incredibly valuable, but the hiring market doesn't always reward experience the way it used to. Many professionals discover this only after they've been unexpectedly laid off or due to a restructuring, they have to re-enter the job market. Not because they've lost their ability, but because the rules change. That doesn't mean you should panic. It means you should stop assuming yesterday's strategy will protect tomorrow's future. Here's the part almost no one talks about. The greatest risk today isn't losing your job, it's believing your only recovery plan is finding another one. Think about that. Most professionals have a plan A, very few have a plan B. And almost no one has been taught how to build one because no one ever suggested it. And it's not because you're not capable, because you are, but for decades, the message was simple. Get educated, work hard, stay loyal, everything will work out. For many people, that formula did work until it didn't. So what does a better strategy look like? It starts by changing one assumption. Instead of asking, what job could I get? Ask, what problem could I solve? That's an entirely different conversation because your career wasn't just a paycheck. It was 20 years, maybe 30 years of solving problems, helping people, leading teams, creating systems, managing projects, teaching others, navigating challenges, making decisions. Those experiences didn't disappear when you left the office. They're portable, they're yours. And in today's world, they can become a business, not overnight, not without effort, but without starting from zero. And this is where I think people underestimate themselves. One of the biggest myths about starting a business is that you need groundbreaking ideas. You don't. You need useful experience. Think about how many people are just a few steps behind you. Someone wants to learn what you've already mastered. Someone is struggling with a problem you've solved dozens of times. Someone would gladly pay to shorten their learning curve. The challenge isn't that opportunities don't exist. It's that you've spent years seeing your knowledge as ordinary because it's ordinary to you. It isn't ordinary to everyone else. So, here's what I would encourage you to do before this year slips away. Don't make the second half of this year look exactly like the first. Not because you need to work harder, because you need to think differently. You don't have to quit your job. I would never advocate for that. You don't have to take a huge financial risk. You don't have to know every step, but you do owe yourself something. You owe yourself options because options change how you experience work. They change how you negotiate, how you handle uncertainty, how you think about layoffs, how you think about retirement, how you think about your future. The goal isn't to escape your career. It is to stop making your career the only thing standing between you and your financial security. That's a very different goal. And it's one that starts with a single decision. Not to wait until you're forced to figure it out, such as after a layoff or something like that, but to begin while you still have the time, the income, and the ability to build something on your own terms. If you're thinking, I understand why this matters, I just don't know what business makes sense for me. Well, to help you with that, I've created a free guide called the 4-part framework for turning your skills into a business while keeping your 9 to 5. It also includes an AI prompt that helps you uncover business ideas on your skills, your expertise, and your life experience, often revealing opportunities that you may not even see as possible as a business for you. The link is in the description below, so do grab it. Start there. Not because you need to have your entire future figured out this week, but because clarity has a way of changing what feels possible. And a year from now, you won't be looking back wondering why you waited. You'll be looking at something different. So I encourage you to get the guide. And if you would like to go deeper and have a conversation with me to look at your possibilities for creating income on the side of your job, do book in some time with me. I have the link in the description for my calendar link so that we could have a time to discuss what is possible for you. We have to support each other, and I am here to support you. So do subscribe because I will have more videos like this to encourage and empower you to look at your skills, your expertise, and your life experience and see how you could turn that into a business. So forward this video to someone you care about, and I hope to see you in the next video.